and I made him watch. Hello and welcome back to And I Made Him Watch, the podcast where I make my husband watch movies of all shapes and sizes. I'm your host, Danny Page, and here with me forever and always, a man who couldn't get enough of my stuff, my husband and filmmaker. Sorry, not sorry. Oh, Troy Allen. I forgot your name.
I too forget my name at times.
Did you?
I did like that a lot, actually.
I don't know. I mean, what else am I supposed to do with what this movie is? That's what came to mind.
You know,
that's what I wrote.
We're all just grabbing for straws at this point, you know. But yeah, thank you for joining us. My name is Troy.
Yeah, Troy.
It's your boy Troy.
It's your boy Troy.
Yeah. And obviously, you know, joining me is the great Danny Page.
Yeah.
You know.
You're doing weird things again.
How am I being
You've
weird?
never introduced me before.
I'm trying new things.
Okay. That caught me off
What's
guard.
wrong with that? Anyways, yeah. So today's film is
The stuff. Yeah, we'll watch The Stuff.
Yeah.
So this was a first for me. This was the first time I actually watched it. And I don't mean to continually pick movies that are topical about what's happening in real life right now, but you know, art reflects life and life reflects art. So I mean, we're caught in an infinite loop.
Yeah, it is a loop.
An infinite loop of just things reflecting other things and continuously
I don't know
spiraling.
I mean, there's coincidence, and then there's
Well, I mean, They Live was pretty
wow
on the nose with that.
But this is kind of on the nose too.
A little bit. It's definitely a reflection and a judgment of consumerism.
Yeah,
definitely,
for sure.
And how people get wrapped up in that. So
yeah,
and that happens a lot nowadays, especially like Amazon and TikTok Shop and
oh yeah,
you know.
It definitely speaks on like how easily manipulated people can be.
Yeah.
And, you know, you kind of, it's like the, you know, mass hysteria thing, but for wanting to buy things or like the FOMO stuff, you know, like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah. So,
seeing people have something that's something you may want is a constant like pattern as well.
Yeah.
Speaking of, something crazy and just weird happened on like TikTok. I was watching a TikTok and it was about a police officer responding to a call of a man attacking a woman who was picking up an Uber Eats order. Mm-hmm. And after the TikTok, an ad played for DoorDash.
Oh man. You know, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. It's so funny.
It's so fucked.
It's so funny.
It's dark, but it's funny.
It is dark, but it's also
fucked
like,
up.
It's like imagine watching a Sarah McLachlan fucking commercial about some poor kid in Africa who spends all his days in a blood diamond mine, you know, and then immediately a K Jewelers commercial plays.
The world's so messed up.
Like, what the fuck, dude?
The world's so fucked.
Oh man.
Oh, anyway, let's talk about a different time, a parallel world. Somewhere in Georgia, a worker discovers. Also, it's snowing somewhere in Georgia, which I know there is a Midland, Georgia, which is it's mentioned. Whatever. I don't know if it snows. I should have looked that up. But anyway, somewhere in Georgia, a worker discovers a mysterious white substance bubbling up from the ground. Curiosity gets the best of him, and he tastes it. To his surprise, it's delicious. You know, you find goo on the floor, you lick it.
Hey, what's this? What's that? Oh, that's tasty. That's some good
that's
shit.
pretty much what happens. We see the worker quickly joined by his colleagues. And they both become enamored with the mysterious substance. The the wipe substance used in the movie was actually a mixture of yogurt and ice cream, by the way. So it's totally like not toxic.
Interesting. A word of warning to our viewers. Don't make a habit of finding white gooey stuff on the ground and tasting it, okay? Because it's not what you think it is.
Who looks at a bubbling goo pile and goes, yeah, I'm going to put that in my mouth?
I'd tell you who. Boomers. Because, I mean, the guys in the movie are boomers. But granted, it's also like 1985.
Yeah. So what is that? The great generation, maybe?
Sure.
Would have been around that age because they're older gentlemen.
Yeah. They're definitely older.
They're definitely old and very dead by now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Surprised the polio didn't get them, but you know. Yeah. Anyways, PSA: don't taste weird shit. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Fast forward, and the mysterious goo is now packaged and marketed as the stuff, a new dessert sensation sweeping the nation. People can't get enough of it. We're introduced to young Jason then, who becomes suspicious of the stuff after witnessing it move by itself in his refrigerator. Also, Jason's dad is a fucking dick.
Yeah.
He's a fucking asshole. He was not passing the vibe check.
So little Jason is in the refrigerator, or he opens the refrigerator, and then Jason's dad
comes up behind him, scares the
shit out of him, and then Jason's like, "Oh, did you see it? Did you see it move?" Because clearly the viewer and Jason saw the stuff
move. Yeah.
And then Jason's dad's like, "What's wrong with you?" And then like just begins like.
He spanks him.
Yeah, he spanks him and tells him to go back to his fucking room.
Like he was yoinking that kid around, like for no reason.
Honestly, gave me it like it's traumatizing. It's triggering.
And then the dad stays downstairs to do what he was getting. Jason was getting in trouble for was like eating a snack at midnight. He sits down there and eats the stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. You know what? Yeah.
Horrible people.
Yes.
In New York, a rival food company complains about the stuff taking over. The company distributing the stuff has acquired chocolate chip Charlie's cookies and plans to expand nationwide. They've had no luck discovering the ingredients or infiltrating the company.
Yeah, they talk about like, oh well, you know, that's how Coca-Cola has kept their syrup.
The vault, the recipe,
recipe or whatever. It's crazy stuff.
The FDA or whatever.
Yeah.
Rules and regulations. Yeah, okay. Enter Dave Mo Rutherford, an industrial saboteur hired by the rival company to uncover the secret behind the stuff. His nickname Mo comes from his tendency to always want more money. And this humorous detail adds depth to his character a little bit because he uses it all the time.
He does. Well, you know what they say, you know, mo money,
mo problems.
Mo problems.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of a smart ass too. He had planted this fucking bug in the CEO's pocket and stuff. And he's like, oh, someone called me fucking obscene. You know, who was that? And then he takes the check and he walks back to his, I don't know, buddy from FBI days or something. Yeah,
they like chit chat a little bit.
Yeah, and then he fucking socks him in the mouth.
Yeah. Why not? You know?
Fuck it. Yeah, I mean, you've been paid already.
David or Mo, I just call him Mo during this whole thing. He's got this like charisma, like that's out of this world because he's kind of an asshole, but in that charming way. And it's not just like little bits of asshole that, you know, you let people get by, but like constantly David is like just in some way, some for making fun of something or just saying some offhanded things.
Right.
And he's got this charisma that manipulates people as well into liking him. Yeah. And he, the actor, I wrote it down. I can't remember the actor, but he does it. He pulls the character really well. That's
Michael Moriarty.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Moriarty. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he kind of comes in, It takes this job from them wanting, they want him to infiltrate the stuff and find out what's going on in the ingredients and stuff.
He also sounds like he's got this like real deep Southern drawl.
Yeah, he does. It's like it's kind of Mississippi.
Kinda.
I want to say like Mississippi.
Like it's a mix between like, I don't know, Clark Gable and Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah, actually, you're not wrong. Because he kind of speaks real softly, but sometimes he's like, it's soft, but it's really fast.
Yeah.
Or it's like real slow, and people still are like, "What?"
I mean, I kind of dig it though. I do like it.
He's got a charm about him that is, people like. Back over at Jason's, his family begins to question his attitude towards the stuff. He tries to warn his family that stuff is spoiled, and his mother tries to feed it to Jason. And then he's like, nah, and his brother takes the bite instead. Jason then tells him that he saw it moving. He then hits the container out of his mom's hand and runs away. Like, and it spills all over the place. And she's just like, oh, it tastes great. It's good. And it doesn't stain.
Jason's like, fucking yeet.
Okay.
I don't see why Jason really cares, though, because it's like his whole family hates him.
Yeah, it seems like his family doesn't really care for him. It's that type of vibe. It's the 80s type of, youngest child type of shit. Like, everyone's going to pick on you.
Yeah.
Type of vibe.
Yeah. I mean, the mother seems to care for him a little.
The mom seems like she's out of it. Like, she doesn't have a thought in her head.
Yeah, she's probably taking, like, fucking Quaaludes or something.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, probably. So Mo begins to research the stuff in his lab, pretty much turns up empty-handed with any information at all. He begins to infiltrate the marketing team of the stuff, where he meets Nicole, a marketing executive who initially helped promote the questionable dessert. And he wiggles himself into her life by convincing her that he is a millionaire interested in buying the company and promoting her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's what I mean. That's Mo.
Yeah,
that is how he works.
There's also a cheesy fucking like dick measuring contest between, I bet my limo is bigger than yours.
Yeah.
Jesus. And he drops the Mo Money thing again.
Oh yeah, that's how he explains his nickname. Yeah. Every time. Like he's ready for it.
Oh yeah.
He's told this story so many times. He knows, like, on the spot, like, I'm gonna have to explain this again, and that's fine. He likes explaining it. I
mean, you got to give it to him though. The one thing he's really got going for him is his charisma. Like, he's very charismatic.
Yeah, he's not the brightest.
No.
He's schemy. He is what it is. He's schemy.
Quick with the tongue. Yeah.
So Jason's personal war against the stuff continues as he begins to destroy the stock at the local grocery store. Mo makes a visit to Mr. Vickers, one of the EDA officials that approved the consumption and distribution of the stuff. During the interview, Vickers' dog Ben begins to interrupt and put himself between Mo and Vickers. Mm-hmm. Vickers seems pretty upset about this and tries to end the interview with Mo. And then he suggests that he visit the others from the panel. But Mo has already done this and found out that either the others are dead or out of the country. He offers Mo some information from the panel, and as Vickers leaves the room, Mo takes Ben to the kitchen and discovers that it's full of the stuff.
Yeah. Like
just containers and boxes of the stuff.
It is super wild. So, Jason in the grocery store, dude, he's going bonkers.
Dude, he sees like a toddler with like eating the stuff, and he literally just takes it from this baby and throws it. Like, that's crazy. Like, he's crashing out in this grocery store.
Candy from a baby.
Yeah, it was wild.
Somehow he'd gotten like a rake or something.
Didn't
he have like a stick or something?
I remember him just like running down the aisle like with his arm out.
Yeah,
and knocking everything all of it into the floor.
And then he gets tackled by a couple of dudes.
Dude, it took him three grown men to get this kid out of the grocery store.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. And then we jump to Mr. Vickers and Ben, the dog. Mm-hmm. And obviously they've been eating the stuff, so they're fucking weird, right?
Yeah.
But Mr. Vickers is like super weird. Like, I'm curious.
He's uncomfortable because of Ben for some reason.
Yeah. But I am curious as, like, if he's this weird on the stuff, how weird was he before the stuff?
Probably still weird.
Probably still
Probably still weird.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well. Yeah. That night, Mo visits the stuff this is such a weird. That night, Mo visits a stuff drive-in. So it's like a Mr. Freeze type of situation, and it's still active at, like he said, like 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, and all they sell is the stuff.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's just the stuff.
That's it.
Obviously. Back at Vickers, he's attacked by Ben, and then the dog regurgitates the stuff and forces it into Vickers' mouth.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Yeah, Mo ends up in Stater, Virginia, where the original testing for the stuff occurred. While waiting for his gas to be pumped, Mo notices a car pull up and questions the gas attendant about it. The attendant answers that he doesn't know who it is. Mo approaches the car and is sneak attacked by Chocolate Chip Charlie, who owns the business by the same name. Chocolate Chip Charlie came out of there like hot and ready to fight.
I mean, so Chocolate Chip Charlie is played by Garrett Morris.
Yes.
Which, if you've been like an SNL fan from back in the day, he was on SNL.
He was also on Two Broke Girls, which is where I recognized him first from.
Yep. But it's so strange because fucking Mo walks up to this car and just decides to open the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
why not?
And then fucking Charlie does some like weird karate shit and jumps off the roof of the car and shit. Like, I'm like, bro, first off, this is like a creepy old town. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Creepy. It does look like something that you'd find in Georgia too.
Oh yeah. That's Virginia.
It's Virginia.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just like, bro, don't open people's car doors. Don't do that.
Don't just go around opening doors. That's not.
Ain't you ever heard of stranger danger, bro?
No, it's the 80s.
True.
Stranger danger didn't become a thing until like the 90s. That's when they started really worrying about the kids.
Well, I'm sure they had the it's 10 o'clock at night. Do you know where your children are?
Dude, I remember those. Yeah, I remember those. I don't remember when that started happening. I think the 70s actually.
I mean, I think in those commercials they were talking about Mo. You know, like, do you know where Mo is?
Do you know where Mo is?
We've been looking for him. We've been trying to reach him about his car's extended warranty.
Oh yeah, it sounds like something like the stuff company would say.
Also, I feel like the character name Chocolate Chip Charlie, it's kind of racist. It's kind of racist. Come on now. Anyways,
but at least it's kind of cute though. You know,
it is a product of its time.
Yeah,
for sure. And to ignore it is to pretend that it never happened.
Yeah, you should ignore things. That's true. I mean, it was a play of words and what would you say, like racial imagery?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, because he's a black man and chocolate is normally black.
True.
You understand what they did there.
Yeah,
we see it.
We got it.
We don't agree with it.
Yeah. Anyways,
could it have been worse?
It could have been.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of gets worse.
It does.
It does get worse. We're gonna move past this. I'm sorry. Turns out that the stockholders of Chocolate Chip Charlie sold out, and that's how the stuff company acquired his company. Charlie then found paperwork with the address to Stater, and that's how he ended up in the same place as Mo. The two then investigate the post office and discover people from Stater have been relocated to Midland, Georgia. So
this place could have been a fucking antique shop, dude.
It was like a general store, like an old-timey type of general store.
Right, but it was also the post office?
Yeah, like a general, normally in like those small towns, especially, you know, older places in the country.
Yeah.
The general store and the post office were just like in the same building.
Yeah.
It was kind of normal.
Yeah, but it was just so cluttered. Like there was just shit all over the place. which was cool. It had a cool vibe to it, but yeah, kind of creepy too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. The clerk then excuses himself, and the duo contemplate how to kidnap the clerk to get more information. They they have this back and forth, and Mo's like, "So what are we gonna do?" And Charlie's like, "This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna knock him in the head." And Mo's like, "We can do that." And Charlie's like, "We take him with us." And Mo's like, "We can do that." And but he was like, "Where? How are we gonna do that?" It's like, "With the car." And Mo's like, "Whose car?" And then meanwhile, in the back room, the clerk begins to evacuate the stuff from his body. They discovered the clerk's body, and then for some reason climb out the window to get away.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
they go to the back room, and there's an open window. And instead of just like leaving the general store normally, they go out.
I love how they gain entry into this back room too, because Mo's like, "Get over here and kill this door." And Charlie goes over and he says something like, "Watch out for splinters," and he like fucking punches through the fucking door.
Yeah.
And it's just this thin, like, I don't know, fucking particle board.
Yeah,
whatever.
it is.
And it's just super cheesy.
It
funny.
is. It was cheesy. It's got that little buddy cop type of moment. It was cute. It was I liked it a lot. So Mo and Charlie are running out of town. What's left of the people in Stater are hollowed out empty people controlled by the stuff. So when someone who has had the stuff occupy the body is killed or something, or they're crushed, their head just kind of crumbles like this dry clay type of stuff, and they're empty and hollow. Yeah. It's pretty gross and creepy.
It'd be like punching through like a paper mache fucking person. Yeah,
it's like the stuff got in, absorbed all of the nutrients and muscles and bones out of the body, and then like you just come a hollow shell of a person.
And Mo and Charlie are just punching holes through people. Like I think it's Mo punches this dude's face off, and it's just like cavity. I kind
of love the message behind that, is that, consumerism, you continuously absorb and consume things, and that does not fill the void inside you. In fact, makes it a little hollow.
Yeah, it turns you into like
makes you materialistic.
Hollow, a hollow shell of a person.
Yeah.
With all your humanity just gone.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's a good take.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, you think you impressed with it or something?
I am. Man, you've really outdone yourself today.
Mo and Charlie then find themselves in a small diner where Mo mentions the stuff, and it gets everyone's attention. Turns out it's been hard to get shipments and keep the stuff in stock. The duo then decide to split up, Mo telling Charlie to contact Frank Herbert from the FBI.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
What?
The waitress is like, "Oh no, I don't have any of the stuff."
Oh yeah.
It's on order though, and then proceeds to walk in the back where there's this like giant walk-in freezer just full.
She's
of
just
the
keeping
stuff.
it for herself.
Yeah.
She's keeping it for herself. It's crazy.
Like floor to ceiling of just the stuff, and it's ridiculous.
It is. It's like when some limited edition shit comes out. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And someone just buys all the product up and just like keeps it for themselves. Like not even like opening it or anything. They just take it away so other people can enjoy it.
Yeah, it's like the Furby craze of the 90s, or any other fucking craze.
Yeah.
Of the past 30 years.
True.
But yeah, very topical.
So back in New York, Mo is watched closely on the street and is a target of a hit and run, but barely escapes. Mo then has a meeting with Fletcher, who represents the distributor of the stuff, who does not eat it himself and has no idea what the stuff is. Mo reveals that he knows that everyone went to Midland, Georgia, and that the conglomerate owns a mine in the area. Fletcher tries to tell Mo to let it go, and he isn't convinced that he can stop the distribution of the stuff. Fletch Fletcher then tries to bribe Mo into turning sides, and Mo takes the money and plays it off that he's going to turn coat. He's like, I don't have to eat it, do I?
Yeah.
You're like, no. And he's like, Mo's just tucking the envelope of money into his pot.
Yeah.
Like his coat pocket.
Take it where you can get it, you know. Also, Fletcher's office is fucking massive too.
Well, yeah, it's one of those big time early billionaires who, you know.
I love the message though, but behind him not eating the stuff, because it's like
he knows.
Well, not just that, but it's he is not a consumer, he is a capitalist. Mm-hmm. Okay? Typically capitalistic societies favor the capitalist, not the consumer, because the capitalist will continue to get greedy until the consumer can no longer afford said product. But it doesn't really matter, you know. And then you see the government having to, like, you know, do I don't know what's the word, stimulus packages or whatever the case may be,
if they even do that.
Yeah, so it's kind of sad. Sad.
It's extremely ironic to me that companies constantly want you to consume their products and to buy from them, yet they refuse to pay their workers a living wage to where they can actually buy the product.
Right. Yeah, no,
it's insane.
Their workers have to be either on welfare or, you know, WIC or whatever it may be. Mm-hmm. So the government is subsidizing the corporation's workers, essentially. You know, the government is paying their wages.
We went a little socialist with this. We should, before we go into it much deeper. So then Mo then tells Nicole what actually is going on with the stuff, and she begins to blame herself. Mo then trades a sin with her, confessing he's not an oil millionaire, but an industrial saboteur. Mo then pretty much volunteers Nicole into going to the factory where the stuff is made, or where the stuff is made, quote unquote, so they can infiltrate it to gather more information about how the stuff is made. Mo also gets the news about Jason's personal war and decides that he wants to meet him.
I mean, I would want to meet Jason too.
Yeah.
Jason's a badass.
Jason saw the signs.
Yeah.
You know, he's no fool.
Yeah, he was the first of us, you know.
The first to resist the stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. Speaking of Jason is grounded for life and is being ignored by his family. While he's up in his room, he's listening to the radio, and we overhear that there are people and families missing. Jason ventures downstairs, tired of being ignored and alone. He finds that all the real food has been thrown away. His family then begins to convince Jason to eat the stuff. He refuses and tries to leave. His brother then drags him back inside and tells him to eat the stuff. Jason then carries a container of it up to his room and is told not to leave until he finishes it. Jason then flushes it down the toilet and refills the container with shaving cream. I don't know why he decided to just flush the stuff and then, like, you know, refill the container. Just, like, flush your stuff.
Yeah.
Just be like, yeah, I ate it all. Look, it's all gone.
Yeah.
You didn't. He did.
I don't know. I mean, obviously,
movie
Jason,
magic.
I've been waiting on it. I've been waiting on the movie magic thing the whole time. I mean, so here's how fucked up this scene is, right? So you got this family, and they tell this kid, they're like, you're gonna eat this. Like, imagine you got like fucking ice cream or something, right? And you really love ice cream, and the kid doesn't want the fucking ice cream, but you make him eat it anyways, right? You lock him into his fucking room. Mm-hmm. Like, that's fucked up, dude.
Yeah,
that's pretty fucked up. But that's like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, if there were parallels or something that you could draw between that and fucking consumerism or something.
I mean, to be, I guess, outnumbered by people who consume it is kind of a thing. Like, you know, you see the constant misuse of products and the constant, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? A trend of people just wanting things just because it is a thing and not needing those things.
Right. Yeah.
And seeing the, you know, the damage it does to, you know, your ecosystem. And in this way, this is, Jason's ecosystem being fucked up,
Yeah.
I don't know if that made sense.
I mean, it did. It's like, imagine being in a society where you don't really want to follow the societal norms, so to speak, but you're being forced to anyways to quote unquote fit in.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. So,
I feel that though. I feel that.
Yeah.
So he then goes back downstairs and tries to convince his family that he's eaten the stuff. Jason tells his family that he's gonna. It's funny. He tells his family that he's going to take a bunch of it back to his room in case he gets hungry. And he pretty much blows it. As he continues to eat the shaving cream, he begins to really feel the effect of that. Jason then runs from the dining room and escapes outside. His father then tastes the shaving cream and they chase after Jason. Outside, Mo shows up like magic and is able to help Jason escape from his family.
Mo's like, get in the car. I saw it move too. Get in the back. And I was just like, why is he got to get in the back, though? I mean, are you kidnapping him, Mo? Are you going to ransom him back to his family?
Dude.
What is going on here, Mo? I want answers.
It was a lot. It was a lot. But, anything for keep the movie going and for that plot,
Yep.
So Mo and Jason then meet Nicole at an airport to fly to Midland, Georgia. They leave Jason on the plane asleep, instructing the pilot to fly to Savannah. Hey. If they're not back. They meet with the representatives for the stuff, some who actually lived in Stater, Virginia, and head to the stuff factory. And then almost instantly, the plane is attacked by workers from the factory. The stuff attacks and kills the pilot and then tries to get Jason, who's able to escape the plane in time. He then finds a cave out in the middle of the woods and begins to venture into it.
I mean, caves are cool, though.
I mean, cave, I guess.
I would go in the cave.
Yeah?
100% of the time. I love caves.
Do you really?
Yeah, I can pretend to be Batman. I'm Batman. For Gotham. Anyways. I'm just teasing. Anyways, the show must go on.
Yeah, okay. So, okay, where was I? Okay, yeah. It'd be harder for them to find you in there is what you wrote.
It would be harder, yes. Well, you know me. I like to keep you
on their toes. Yeah, okay. Inside the factory, Nicole and Mo are given a tour of the production floor. Nicole tries to convince the factory floor manager to show them where the stuff comes from or where they mix the ingredients, but he doesn't give in and just kind of like brushes her off. Like, what are you talking about? Like, this is where we make the stuff. This is where it goes out. Also, Jason has somehow found himself at the factory now. He makes a big brain move by finding a container truck and tucking inside unknown, like hiding inside unknown to anyone. And it's these container trucks that usually carry like milk or like some sort of like liquid. So there's these very stainless steel like drums type of thing.
Right.
And he just is like, this seems like a great place for me to be.
Kid is an idiot. He is an idiot.
Not the smartest.
I mean, like, what were you going to do if they start filling it with stuff? I mean, you got locked inside,
Kids are dumb.
Maybe he'll learn a lesson. But I doubt
it.
I doubt it.
I think this situation is going to happen a few more times in this movie, actually.
Oh, really?
Also, the special effects. The special effects of this movie is the classical, like... when you think B-movie, this is the movie you should think of. The effects are these optical illusions, green screens... miniatures, like think that type of vibe. It's actually, I love it. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. You definitely can tell that, especially like in the truck later on in the movie. And we'll get to it, but I'm gonna mention it anyway since we're talking about the special effects. In the truck, you can definitely see that they use a miniature here and a green screen because Jason is so much larger than the stuff and so blown out. He's kind of like lost texture because they've had to make this image of him bigger than the stuff, and it's beautiful. I love it. And then also in the studio booth, that whole thing is just wild and crazy looking, and it's so surreal almost. I love it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I went on a little tangent. Later that night, Mo and Nicole share a motel room and are attacked by the stuff. The stuff covers Mo's face, making it impossible for Mo to breathe, and Nicole then uses kerosene from a lamp to burn the stuff off of his face. Then a random-ass man barges into their room and attacks Mo. The stuff then attacks the man, who begins to run and collect up the walls of the motel room. And this is another example of those special effects because they use a lot of reverse in these shots, and it's just so cool. It's so mesmerizing. I love it so much. Practical effects are like the chef kiss.
It's kind of gross though. It is gross.
I love it.
Like, imagine just trying to sleep, right? You're just, you and your loved one asleep, and then all of a sudden, you know, you're just fucking creamed by this fucking stuff, and then some dude runs in, and it's like, what who
it
are
literally
you?
is. They have this big fight with the stuff, and somehow their doors open, and he sees them, and it's like, oh hey, like
Like, imagine going to bed, right? And then you wake up, you've got shit all over your face. Your floor in your room is on fire now. And then some strange dude runs in. It seemed like, imagine you got like fucking malaria or something. And this is just a fever dream. That's all it
feels like.
It is.
That's what it feels like.
I mean, or you did some fucking hellacious drugs, dude. Hellacious.
Well,
like, this shit was laced.
Probably. That seems
sure.
like a probable cause. It does. Mo then hotwires a truck and heads back to the factory with Nicole. When they arrive, they watch several trucks leave the factory, including the one with Jason, and they follow them out to the mine. Mo and Nicole watch as the factory workers begin to fill the trucks with the white substance emerging from the mine's floor. Mo realizes that the only way he can prove anything is to steal one of the trucks.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't really see how stealing a truck would prove.
I don't know either. Like, pictures would be nice.
Yeah, yeah, like photographic
visual evidence, yes.
Yeah, but no, I mean,
truck.
Yeah, stealing a truck is a great second choice.
And it wasn't even like filled, even if it was filled with the stuff, that's just the stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't prove where it came from. Movie magic.
Yep.
Movie magic. Mo tells Nicole to go back to the truck and to wait for him out by Route 5. As Nicole leaves and Mo moves in on the workers, there's a PA system making announcements that are very cult-like. It says, "It's coming down in great masses tonight. Be grateful for its plentiful supply and for the good work we are doing. Soon the hunger in the world will be a thing of the past. The earth is giving off the food that will nourish all and guide us all to a new order of life."
Yeah, very culty.
Yeah, very culty.
Feels very Jonestown-ish.
Brainwashed.
Oof.
Which, I mean, I think once the stuff enters their body to a certain point, they are just completely just stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just gone. That's not even them anymore.
So Mo plants some sticky bombs. And as he's moving through the workers, he's noticed by someone, but he quickly knocks them out. Meanwhile, Jason's truck begins to fill with the stuff, and Mo then hears Jason cries as he's walking past this truck. Mo then steals it, and he detonates the sticky bombs, covering the source of the stuff with rubble and rock and dirt and gross whatever. Yep.
So when we see Jason inside the tank, like you were mentioning earlier, and then we see the stuff being filled in and stuff, I think what's happening is they've rotoscoped him into the scene. And yeah, you can definitely tell too, because
they had to expand his image so much.
Yeah,
he looks all fuzzy kind of.
It's ridiculous.
I love it.
And it's not. Yeah, and it's not the only rotoscoped fucking.
No, there's a lot actually
frames in this film. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I love it.
It is good, but for the time, like if you saw a movie like that come out today, people would be upset about it.
What?
Well, with
the rotoscope?
Yeah, obviously with the technology we have today.
Oh yeah, I mean if they, because of the editing, you lose quality and stuff. So yeah, people would kind of be upset about that. But I don't. I mean, like I said, it's a product of its time. Yeah, I like it. So I mean, I'm not going to complain about it at all.
Yeah, no.
I think it's kind of charming, kind of quirky.
Nice.
At the truck, Nicole is attacked by a factory worker who is soon mowed down by Mo in the truck. He then rescues Jason from the truck because he's gotten in the truck. He steals it and he drives all the way while Jason is still in the container with the stuff, sloshing around and stuff. I'm sure Jason had like a very steady ride.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't like slipping around or losing his balance and just rolling around and stuff, because that's not how physics and stuff works.
Yeah, I mean, Jason was clearly very safe in there.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
he would have been fine.
Yeah. The trio make a run for it, but are soon pulled over by a cop because the hose of the truck is hanging out. The cop makes everyone in the truck get out and holds them up. Jason and Nicole then begin to act hungry, rushing to the stuff that had leaked out from the hose that is on the ground on the highway. The officer then follows them and begins to eat the stuff off of the ground. Mo then knocks him out.
Jason's like, I'm hungry. I'm going to go get some. And the cop falls for it.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh yeah, let's do this. And then Mo knocks him out.
Yeah, no, just
like oldest trick in the book, bro.
Oldest trick in the book. Mo bypasses a lot of the smaller cities and towns, afraid that the stuff has taken them over. They arrive at a castle to meet someone Mo knows, but he doesn't know Mo type of situationship. Mo is then bombarded by soldiers and requests to speak to Colonel Spears.
I don't understand the whole Colonel Spears thing because it's not really explained what it is that they do.
It's just a colonel.
They're not in the army because they don't have like the U.S. Army tapes or whatever. I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah. Well, it meant, I think he was an ex-colonel or a retired colonel because he does like Mo. Let me read this.
Okay.
Mo explains that he once worked for Hoover, who asked him to bug a room the colonel had bought for a 17-year-old black chick. That's what happened. That's what he said. Yeah. It's fucked up, and we're going to move on.
Yep.
So many things wrong. So many things. Mo uses his charisma to convince Spears he is who he says he is. And then he uses the colonel's own paranoia and hatred for communism to fight the stuff with him. So I think the colonel was a retired colonel or ex-colonel or something, and he had been like very against the commie party type of thing. And at one point, Mo had to do his espionage type of shit,
Yeah.
And he knew what Spears was about and knew that he could use Spears. It's just him scheming and manipulating people again, because he does. He manipulates him, saying, he never says that it is the Communist Party, but he kind of like hints that it could be the Communist Party. And Spears is like, he perks up. He's like, commies? In my country? And so that's when he agrees to, fight the stuff. And he learns about it and everything.
Yeah, it's like
thinking it's the Russians, I guess, but it's not the Russians. No. It's something else.
Yeah. It's the 80s. I think it's also kind of relatable as to how easily manipulated people are.
Oh yeah.
These days.
Oh yeah, especially if they think you're on their side and comfortable with the things they're against and the things they're gonna say. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Kind of crazy.
So the next day, they use the missing truck as a Trojan horse, and the driver claims he found it abandoned down the road and asked for a reward. The security guard tells the driver to move the truck inside, and when the driver doesn't move and questions about the payment, the guard is like, "It's all settled," and then shoots the driver in the face.
Yep.
Spears and his guys then storm the gates.
Yeah. One of the stuff guys gets shot, and Spears is like, I love the sight of blood, but this stuff is disgusting.
Yeah, because when he shoots him, he explodes white stuff.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I like to point out, that definitely there is stages to the takeover of the stuff when it enters your body. Because this guy, when he died, he was all squishy and white on the inside. Oh, yeah. And then the older versions of people, when they die, they're all like crusted and hollow out. So there are definitely stages to the manifestation, infection.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's kind of reminiscent of being like zombified.
Yeah, body snatchers.
Yeah.
So as the soldiers enter the factory, an announcement is made to the factory workers. Attention, the main gate has been penetrated. Outsiders are entering the factory areas. Do not resist them. Follow the agreed upon course of action. Spears and his little army find the factory's workers inside, but all of them are dead. The stuff fleeing the bodies and leaving them hollow.
And in this scene,
oh god,
one of, if not the funniest line in this whole movie, Spears says, "We've never lost a war," and Jason's like, "What about Nam, sir?"
We lost that war at home, buddy. And we did.
Fuck, bro. We did. It was funny, but also sad. Very sad. But
Truth
also
hurts.
Funny. Yeah.
I mean, if you can't make fun of it, then you can't really process the trauma, can you?
I know. It is a trauma response, I think.
It really fucking is.
Yeah.
It really fucking is.
Thank goodness for dark humor, you know?
Yep. So Nicole and Jason head out of the factory. Nicole trying to save like Jason's innocence from like seeing all the dead bodies, I guess. Anyways, they get cornered by a large wave of the stuff that hunts them through the factory. So they kind of like just go off and try to get out of the factory, and somehow they find themselves in this small room of like these, what do they call them? They're these industrial like,
they're like laundry bins?
Or yeah, like but they're like made out of stainless steel.
Yeah.
And they have to like walk over these like some like obstacle, like major obstacle in their way. And it's really not. And the stuff, you see the stuff that is, you know, edited in with the rotoscope or whatever.
Yeah.
Just following them.
Yeah.
And it's a wild ride.
It's great.
Yeah. So the stuff begins to overfill from the factory and spill out. Spears decides to just leave it where it is and to fly to his radio stations in Atlanta. So they leave this toxic mind-controlling goo just on the ground.
Yep.
It is all over the place. The factory is pretty much just gone and been like burst through or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just,
I don't know.
It's fine where it's at. We'll pick it up later.
Yeah. Hopefully they went back and like dropped some napalm on it or something.
I don't know. Like, you know. What if animals ate the stuff?
So, I don't know, but when I saw these these blobs of the stuff or whatever, it looked to me like it was like shaving cream or something.
Yeah, sometimes it was shaving cream or like foam, spray foam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
According to IMDb's trivia, Larry Cohen, the director himself, he said in some scenes in which the stuff chases characters, a foam made of blended fish bones was used.
Yeah.
He said it stank so much that as soon as the shots were done, the actors ran to a river in order to bathe.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That seems kind of...
It seems far-fetched.
Yeah, I would want to fact check that, honestly.
I would too.
Yeah.
But if it were true, that's crazy,
gross.
Dude.
Yeah, that's nasty.
That is wild.
Yeah. So this part of the movie is kind of surreal because it kind of becomes into that like ragtag ragtag type of group, type of like downtime of an adventure type of thing, if that makes sense. Where they land in Atlanta, there are 4 yellow cabs waiting for them. They take the cabs down to one of the Spears radio stations, and they freak everyone out when the soldiers get out because they are carrying fucking guns and stuff. So everyone on the street just kind of scurries away and screams. But Spears makes sure that they pay their cabs, leaves a 10% tip, and get a receipt. I love that. That was just a little take the time to really make sure you get your things right, you know?
Yeah, we got to make
for
sure
taxes.
we got to make sure our expense reports are in order.
Yeah, consumerism is
yes. You can't run a rebellion on
wishes and
lies.
dreams.
Yeah.
I mean, on lies. Yes, of course you can.
Lies, yes. Yeah, you can.
Yeah. You wanted to tell me about some of the planes?
So there was so many people in these small planes. Like these planes perhaps could carry like maybe 6 people.
What kind of plane would you?
I don't know. They were like Moonies or something.
Okay.
I don't know. They were small little like caravan.
Yeah, there's probably like maybe
planes.
4 seats.
Yeah, but there's like at least a dozen dudes getting out of these fucking planes.
All these little like army people. They have 4 cars worth, 4 yellow cabs worth.
Yeah.
Also, yellow cabs in Atlanta, is that a thing?
Maybe, perhaps. I don't know. It's been a minute since I've been to Atlanta.
True.
But this was also in the 80s.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like this part of the film to me feels like it was just kind of thrown together. Like
yeah.
Like imagine you were shooting a movie and you had a sequence planned and then something fell through and you're like, fuck, I can't do this now. But now I've got to make something up on the fly to finish the movie.
From what I read, what was the director's Cohen?
Yeah, Larry Cohen, yeah.
He had a habit of just bringing things up on his actors and stuff. Apparently he wasn't the best guy to work with or work for.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
so Spears demands that the radio station stop running the ads for the stuff and that have the stations run warnings instead. Mo and Nicole get a little flirty as Nicole begins to write a letter to explain her part of the rise of the stuff. And while they're play fighting with each other, Jason is like listening in and finds it amusing. Just some very cute scenes depicting what their little group is doing to overcome, consumerism. Because they're getting this kind of downtime after, running through factories and running from the stuff and stealing trucks to actually be like, okay, people are going to listen to us now, and they get to kind of like chill out for a while and come up with an idea of how they're going to spread the word. And it's a little surreal because it's almost like, they're happy. They're having like fun. Like this is an actual like adventure and stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of cute. I liked how they played that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is cute. There's Jason, and then we see Nicole and Mo in the background arguing.
Yeah.
Like the nice little nuclear family they're becoming.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Chocolate Chip Charlie arrives to join the cause. He convinces Mo and Nicole that he should be part of the broadcast because they stole his company. Spears already doesn't trust Charlie. New person, new danger. I hope that's the reason. But there are things that Spears says that I'm just like, oh. He threatens to blow Charlie's head off if he mentions the commie code or speaks in any type of code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Spears is something else.
Yeah.
He's that kind of like that rich frat guy that you kind of hang out with because he kind of like has money and stuff, but he says some really like controversial type of shit, and you're kind of like,
yeah. He's definitely like the leftover remnants of like McCarthyism from the 50s thrown in with Jim Crow, and it's really sad.
It is
sad.
It is.
Yeah. Anyways.
So inside the sound booth, Charlie tells Nicole he knows what happens to people who are controlled by the stuff when it's done with them. She questions him on how he would know, and then Charlie grabs her and begins to shake and convulse as the stuff foams out of his mouth and explodes his head. Just in time for Jason to enter the sound booth. The stuff then traps Jason and Nicole, again, in the sound booth, forcing Mo to break the glass and to electrocute the stuff until it is on fire. Jason and Nicole are saved, but not before the stuff lands on Nicole's face.
Dude, what the hell is happening in the scene?
So much.
I cannot fathom how Mo can just break through this glass, which, mind you, I'm pretty sure the glass itself was rotoscoped in.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was.
So I don't understand how he's in here with these like live cables, which are like comically large.
He shot them. He shot them to break the cables to expose the live wires. And somehow both of them are electrified.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead. You go ahead.
So he shoves both ends of this cable into the stuff. Yeah. And then it just bursts into flames. Mm-hmm. So how do you set this stuff on fire without also burning Jason and Nicole to death? Because it's a sound booth. It's a relatively small area.
Movie magic.
You son of a bitch. Oh, man. I knew you were going to say it. I knew it. Anyways, it's just moving.
So Spears is able to send out a broadcast warning people about the stuff and what it can do. We time jump a few weeks, and Nicole explains that people did listen and begin to destroy the stuff. Like, we're talking about blowing up the quarry and retailers that sell the stuff. Like, everything, people are on riots about this.
Yeah, the country has spiraled into civil unrest in the wake of the stuff.
Yeah, that's how much of a control it had on the people and the public. Yeah.
Like, imagine if fucking Amazon just went belly up and the country just spiraled into chaos. That's what happened.
Don't put that out there. Don't put that out there in the universe.
You love to see it, man.
Because that's too probable right now.
Honestly, I'm here for it.
Oh,
yeah.
Gosh.
Good times.
So Mo visits Mr. Fletcher, the head of the stuff company, who reveals that destroying the mine hasn't hurt his business since the stuff exists in many locations. Fletcher introduced Mr. Evans, the ice cream mogul who originally hired Mo, but is now working with the stuff company to create a new product, the Taste. A mix of 88% ice cream and 12% stuff designed to keep people addicted without full control.
Interesting.
Topical. Undeterred, Mo and Jason arrive with a box of the stuff, holding Fletcher and Evans at gunpoint and forcing them to eat their own product as punishment for the lives they've destroyed. As they finish, Mo asks, "Are you eating it or is it eating you?" before leaving them behind as police sirens approach.
Man. Feeding them their own product was, you know, chef's kiss. And
sorry, go ahead.
Well, that line. Mm-hmm. Are you eating it or is it eating you?
Well, that goes back full circle to my theory of them dissolving the muscles and the bones and everything that's inside the body and creating a shell out of the body.
Yeah.
Because I think it is eating away.
It is. Mm-hmm. And it's incredibly creepy too, because initially they're fighting it, right? And I mean, Mo's holding these people at gunpoint, right? And then finally the CEO guy, he takes the first bite and he's immediately like, "Oh, this shit's good, dude. Try it, eat it," and it's like that. It's so quick.
Yeah, it's addictive.
It is. Crazy.
Smugglers begin to sell the stuff on the black market. And they sample their product as well. And in the post-credit scene, a woman in a bathroom holds a container of the stuff and whispers, "Enough is never enough."
Yeah. Definitely opens it up for sequels.
Yeah.
And I mean, because they even talk about in the scene prior with the CEO and stuff, they talk about the taste, and I don't know if there was a sequel made or anything like that, but it would be kind of interesting.
I didn't see anything about a sequel when I was looking into it. So,
well, who knows? Maybe here in good old 2025, if somebody's looking to make a good, an original type movie,
yeah,
could be worth watching.
Also, I think that Nicole died. I think Nicole got the stuff inside her.
Oh.
But I'm not sure on the rules of how much stuff it takes to like begin that consumption, inside.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. And I think that's the reason why she wasn't there.
Oh, that would make sense. I mean, it's not explicitly said, but I could see it for sure.
And I think that's why Mo like went to such drastic measures.
Yeah.
And that's why Jason's there with him too.
Yeah, and that's why we only see the recording of Nicole.
Yeah.
Too. So yeah.
It's a theory.
Oh, I like it. Yeah.
The Stuff is a satirical horror film written and directed by Larry Cohen, known for his work in low-budget horror and exploitation films. The movie blends elements of science fiction, horror, and dark comedy, offering a critique of consumerism and the food industry.
Which continues the trend of the films that we've been watching.
I didn't mean to. It just, sometimes life lines up in a certain way.
It does. The stars align, and you watch one of the greatest movies of all time.
Would you say this is one of the greatest movies of all time?
That was completely satirical.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, it wasn't bad, but yeah. Anyways.
So our cast is Michael Moriarty as David Mo Rutherford, Andrea Marcovinci as Nicole, Scott Bloom as Jason, Garrett Morris as Chocolate Chip Charlie, and Paul Sorvino as Colonel Spears.
I also read that this was the debut of a young Mira Sorvino, who is Paul Sorvino's daughter. Mira Sorvino was in films like My Cousin Vinny.
Okay.
Things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, very interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
The Stuff had a modest budget of approximately $1.7 million, which was typical for director Larry Cohen, who was known for his low-budget cult films. Are you vibing over there?
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
At the box office, the movie performed pretty badly, failing to provide a significant profit. Exact box office numbers are unclear, but it was not a commercial success upon release. However, over time, The Stuff gained a cult following through home video, cable TV airings, and horror fan appreciation, making it more popular in retrospect than during its initial theatrical run. So yeah, I mean, it's such a classic B movie. Honestly, it's a must. It's one of those that really, is a staple.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, this ranks up there with like Killer Clowns or, I mean, hell, even like the Fulci movies and stuff.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Because it's classic B horror.
Oh, yeah.
Or Critters even, so.
It really definitely, like, they live in Body Snatcher vibes, honestly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it really is. It's one of those stables, really. I would suggest it to anyone who is interested in B horror. It's one of those
100%.
things that you need to experience.
Yeah.
Filming The Stuff was brief, beginning in August of 1984 and wrapping up in September of 1984. Like, damn.
Yeah.
The movie was shot in New Paltz, New York City, and Los Angeles. Post-production started in January of 1985 at Rayleigh Studios in Los Angeles and continued into the summer. A notable filming location was the Mohonk Mountain House Gate House, which was used as Colonel Spears' headquarters in the film. Do you know where the Mohonk Mountain thing is? You know, you've definitely seen pictures of it. It is in upstate New York.
Okay.
I think. Either way, it's like this kind of like this mountain that has a lake on it, and there's all these houses built around the edge of it. Do you remember when we watched that show Uploaded with the guy who dies and his subconscious is uploading?
Yeah.
And the external shots of the hotel or whatever, and there's those houses on that lake.
Yeah.
That's that.
Interesting.
It's a real place.
Wow.
Yeah. It's really
Wow,
cool
wow,
because
wow.
it's almost got different houses and different types of architecture. Some of them are very like colonial kind of looking. Some are very Dutch looking. It's just a little like very like vibey type of thing.
Yeah, it definitely has like some European vibes to it.
Definitely,
for
yes,
sure.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. The special effects team for the stuff played a crucial role in cementing the film's cult status. Given the film's modest budget, the team showcased immense creativity and resourcefulness in bringing the menacing dessert to life. The stuff itself, a white gooey substance that oozes and moves with a life on its own, was created with the use of a variety of practical effects. One of the most memorable techniques involved the use of a fire extinguisher foam, props, and miniature sets to simulate the stuff's real relentlessness and expanding nature. In scenes where the stuff pours out of the household appliances or attacks its victim, the team employed reverse photography and clever editing to achieve the desired effect. These methods, while simple, were executed with such skill that they added palpable sense of horror and absurdity to the film.
So
That was a lot.
it was a lot.
I don't know why I
You
can't.
did such a great job.
Yeah, I wrote most of this.
Yeah.
And I can't.
So according to audio commentary of the 2000 Anchor Bay DVD,
Yeah.
the scene in the motel where the stuff comes out of the mattress and pillows and attacks Bo
In the motel room?
in the motel room. It was exactly the same room used in A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh.
When Johnny Depp's character Glenn is sucked into his bed and his
Oh,
blood
yeah,
is regurgitated back into the ceiling or whatever.
Oh,
It's
that's
the
sick.
same room.
I think we should watch. Yeah, I haven't
Nightmare
watched.
on Elm Street?
Yeah, I haven't watched Nightmare on Elm Street in so long.
I feel like the Nightmare films
Mm-hmm.
have such a cult following and are such like B horror ishness that it would fit in the podcast. So I feel like we could do that. Yeah.
I mean, we could probably do intermissions with those. They don't have to be because you've seen those.
I've seen
Yeah.
clips of the first one.
You've never seen the first one.
I don't think I've seen the first one.
Okay. I mean, we can. There's like 60 something movies on the list right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're halfway through the list I have currently, and I continually add things to the list because I, being who I am, I run into a lot of movies that come up, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Let me add it to the list.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a constant grind. So I mean, I would rather do like intermission episodes of those type of movies that are more popular.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Nice.
The film's climax featured a tidal wave of the stuff was particularly impressive. The team used a large-scale set and a combination of foam and other substances to create the effect of the stuff flooding through the area. These practical effects, combined with the film's satirical tone, contribute to a memorable and iconic scenes that fans contribute to appreciate. The skills displayed by the special effects team not only compensated for the film's low budget, but also highlighted the unique charm and inventiveness that are hallmarks of cult classics. Over the years, this creativity has been celebrated by horror aficionados, further solidifying the stuff's place in the pantheon of beloved genre films.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So the stuff serves as a biting satire on consumerism, highlighting the perils of blindly following market trends and the dangers of unchecked corporate greed. The film's portrayal of a seemingly benign yet dangerously addictive product mirrors today's culture of excessive consumption and the powerful influence of advertising. The insatiable demand for the stuff in the movie underscores the lengths to which individuals will go to obtain the latest must-have item, often at the expense of their well-being. In today's society, where consumer culture is more pervasive than ever, the film's message remains strikingly relevant, urging viewers to critically evaluate the products they consume and the corporations that produce them.
Yeah.
Interesting. It sounds like, companies that have what's called like planned obsolescence also, where you take like an item such as a rather generic type of smartphone that, you know, a new one comes out every year.
Yep.
And it's planned that way.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes out with such slight changes, but the hype around it is so massive that people feel like they have to buy it. Yep. You know, and it's really sad. But, you know, and I'm not saying that we don't fall victim to that also.
Oh no, everyone both benefits and is a victim in a way.
Yes.
Of consumerism.
Yes.
Depending on how you look at it and how it, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I always, you know, I want the latest iPhone. I want the latest PlayStation or whatever it is. You know, I'm a very materialistic person, and I know that, and I'm not happy about it, but I'm a product of the society that we live in.
I also think it's become more of an issue with the development of technology. Because as we move forward in time, of course, there are going to be new technology and new items and stuff. And for us to continue to enjoy entertainment and you know, games and stuff and other things that go into technology, because everything is connected now with technology and Wi-Fi and stuff. So you kind of have to keep up with the technology to keep up with life, you know, and it's hard to, you know, not kind of fall into that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with the planned obsolescence part, innovation becomes stagnant because there's no incentive for these corporations to make anything better because they know they're going to make money regardless. So how does it benefit them to go above and beyond and make something new and exciting that actually benefits people when they can make just the same amount of money with very little work on their part anyways?
Yeah, it's all about effort.
Yeah.
It's really all about effort because they could, you know, release the newest, craziest, like coolest technology that they have, but that means they're going to have to work harder and longer to come up with the next newest, coolest thing if they give us their best.
Yeah.
It's easier for them to just just release small bits of technology as we go out, you know, through time, because that continuously fills their pockets and it creates a pattern. Yeah. A circle, a cycle, if you will, that never ends.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Well.
Anyways. Yeah, that was the stuff. I like this movie. I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
I don't love everything about it. There are some lines and some characters and stuff that could have definitely been different. But it's the 80s. People are like that. We need to recognize that people are like that. So we don't turn out to be like those people.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't go as high as an 8.
Oh, really?
I might do like a 7.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. You do you, boo.
Yeah.
That's your opinion.
It was a good movie. I would watch it again. I would watch it again.
Yeah, I definitely would.
I wouldn't rank it as high as like...
An 8 is good. I think an 8 is honest and modest.
It's fine. Yeah. It's a remarkable score. Yeah. But so is a 7.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like an 8 with an 8. I feel like, I want to talk about this movie. I might not want to watch it every time it's brought up. But I'll talk about this movie. This movie is a subject.
Yeah. Yeah. But I wouldn't give it... I feel like an 8 is just slightly stretching it.
You can judge me.
Anyways,
that's fine. You know what? I'm sticking with the 8. You can stick with your 7.
Okay. Anywho, all right.
All right.
Do we know what we're watching next weekend?
What episode is this?
This will be episode 38.
38. Okay, so there's I'm trying to picture the list in my head. Oh, poop. It's almost there. I don't know off the top of my head now.
Well, so next episode is episode 39.
And then we have your episode, which
40.
is going to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yes.
So that one's going to be a different vibe.
Yes.
It's going to be a different vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll let you know. I have to look at the list and let you know what we're watching next, and we can do that.
Yeah.
I've also been thinking of making a list and posting it on like Instagram so people will know what we'll be watching in the future.
Okay.
And when those episodes will come out, because maybe you want to watch the movie before you listen to the podcast.
Of course. I mean, it would be great to
maybe
do that.
You know,
we're always trying to improve.
Yeah.
And the more efficient we can be, especially for you, the listener.
Mm-hmm. And communicate with us.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hurt to communicate. It's fine.
No. It's free.
It's literally free.
It's free. You can go.
We are asking for your opinion. We're asking for your words.
Yeah,
how often does that happen for you?
Yeah.
Hmm?
We want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, we care about you.
Yeah.
We want to know what you want, what you like. Let us take care of you. Oh, that was gross.
We make you feel good. Long time.
I'm pretty sure I winked, so cut that out.
Okay.
Zoom in on your face. All right.
Anyways, all right. Well, thank you for listening to And I Made Him Watch. Your support means the world to us, and we really want to hear your feedback. So you can follow us on our socials. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky. You can listen to this episode and all of our other episodes on Spotify, YouTube, or anywhere else you find podcasts.
Oh, it might be Blue Sunshine from 1977.
Interesting.
Anyway.
You can also find more information about us and the podcast on our website at www.andimadehimwatch.com. We have bios on there, some more media stuff. I actually need to go on there and update it. I need to put more work into that.
Okay.
But yeah, just pop in, say hi, give us your feedback, what you think. Make sure to leave us some comments, follows, reviews, anything of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
And we will be back next weekend for another fantastically exciting episode.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
So as always, stay spooky.
Bye.